Good morning.
And welcome to a brand new cereal experience. Although this one's not brought to you by Tiny Yeti, because if it were, it'd probably have moose chunks or something in it. We got a new cereal to try this morning. Little Debbie's Cosmic Brownies. A while back we tried the oatmeal cream pies. Now we're gonna try this. We're gonna see how it works. Well, first thought, they look a lot more dense than they actually are. Like,
I think I'd rather have
really
the brownies.
airy. Huh?
I think I'd rather have the brownies.
You'd rather have real brownies than
The
this.
cosmic brownies.
Wait, what are you saying?
The actual Little Debbie snack.
Well, yeah. What insane person would say, I would take the cereal over this? Of course. It's the original. It's been a staple for, what, 50 years or whatever? These look... If you've had a Cocoa Puff, you'll know how hard a Cocoa Puff is. It's not that it's hard, it's not a rock, but like you know that amount of pressure you gotta put to break it, this is half that. Like, I'm kind of surprised. You're eating a lot of air. This is a lot of air. It's a pretty mild chocolate flavor too. Yeah. They're fine, but like they're not. This isn't like Cocoa Puffs or anything. Jess says you're putting more thought into this than anyone making it did. That's fair. Yeah, they're not bad, but God, there's better cereals, man. Cocoa Puffs, like just as a base minimum, are better.
Stop crawling and start snacking with Tiny Eddie's Mind Ferocious Squares.
Are the ferocious squares mined? Is that why they're...
Or are they mines?
Or are they landmines? Or is it a little column A, little column B? Tiny Eddie, Little Debbie put out a new cereal. What are you putting out to compete with her? Mine ferocious square. I mean, that's not... These are ferocious squares. We just got the formula wrong, I guess.
Can I have a box?
Tiny Eddie made explosives. Yeah, these are...
See, I don't like those.
Okay. Satsy, I think you have the saturation on your setup. I mean, it's a little punchy.
It is a little punchy.
But also, trust me, I have to adapt. By the way, that Little Debbie alert was from Rainbow Zoo 8.
Hey, you said earlier that Cosmic brownies have been around for 50 years.
There's a part of the show where we will read the back of the box. Can you please not get ahead of us? Jesus. Jules, good morning.
Celebrate your Christmas in style with Tiny Eddie's antique duck muffins.
Oh, 1,000 Bits or Mystery Box who says, Little Debbie has reached too far. Eddie, what do we have to combat this?
Tiny Eddie's antique duck muffins.
I'd eat a duck muffin.
Is that
Just
food
saying.
for ducks, or
I would do that. No.
is there duck in the muffin?
There could be duck in the muffin. I mean, that's a savory muffin. But, you know. I could do that.
Okay.
I could do that. Mystery Box, thank you. That's the best way to celebrate Christmas, I think. Anyway, I have cereal, so
Yeah.
you're on your own.
Satsy sent 300 bits. So here's a fun one. After a day or two of cookie clicking madness, I had, at the time of writing this, a spasming spine, so I set up the auto clicker because multi-clicks set it off. Restless leg in your spine, anyone? I do not recommend.
Yeah, don't play Cookie Clicker. Like, full stop. Like, don't play it. Just don't play it. That's the tweet. Like, do not open it up. If you've opened it up, close it. That's it. Just don't play it. And if you have the personality that you cannot pull yourself away from playing it, install an extension, or you will get carpal tunnel. That's the second tweet. There's 2 tweets. You're welcome. Jules? No. Don't do it. Human want to see number go up. Don't. And Chaz says, for those who like number go up, Breakfast Stream provides a handy tea and coffee warster.
Right here.
Jules, I was just talking about you yesterday, actually. Because I was like, Jules hasn't been to Breakfast Stream in a while, and there it is. I think it works like John. Like, on Friday nights, I'm like... Well,
you mentioned John and he shows up?
Yeah.
But for Jules, you think about him the day before, and then he's there the next day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jules hit 1,000 days on Dailyo.
I saw that.
You saw that? I have, like, 4 left. We started at, like, almost the exact same time.
That's a long time.
Yeah. And neither of us knew about it until, like, a month or 2 ago. And then we were like, hey!
Yeah, I saw Jules post about that on Twitter, and I was like, that's good. It's, you know, journaling in whatever form, whether it's writing something down or just recording your mood, I think it's very beneficial.
Yeah.
So, good job.
Sparks gifted a sub to OMG Maris. Thank you for the milk bomb. Jules says, Adriana and I got a personal trainer who comes over every Tuesday and beats us up. And gives us swirlies.
San Diego is a very interesting place.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that it's working for it. Oh, you've been good! See, that's the part that excites me. Good. Everyone should cook. Everyone should know how to cook. Be able to follow recipes. That's like, I so wholeheartedly believe that's like basic life skills.
Do you know what we're having for dinner?
No.
We're having chicken tikka masala with homemade naan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we do that sometimes. That's good.
We've never made naan before.
Oh, we're making the naan.
Yes. because we got the steel. I'm gonna try it.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Now we have rice.
Oh, it'll be easy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Jules, it's a date. Those meal service things are really good for getting people into that, too.
You simply can't go wrong with Tiny Eddie's moonshine pies.
Moonshine pies.
That's a good one. That's straight to the point. Illegal in many states. Moonshine pie, that's good.
Is that 21 up only purchase?
I mean, yes. Can you read it?
Yes.
Can you please read? Can you
Macintosh PC
please,
7000
God.
bits. Tiny Eddie, I've been a Stephen Core member for a whole year. How should I celebrate?
With moonshine pies.
With moonshine pies. As long as you're 21 and up.
Don't worry. Your hell is almost over.
I know. Summer Essential resubbed at 17 months. And Satsy resubbed at 36 months. It's 3 years.
Congrats.
Here you go. Brandon, I tried. I was like, you could put some milk in a cup and take it upstairs.
Brandon, it also doesn't work because, like, once you do it, then you gotta start. You know? I'm not gonna do, like, a little bit and eat and then a little bit. Like, it's you know, I poured the milk as soon as I was walking upstairs. You know? So, like, it's impossible. It can't be done.
We also have mushroom chowder this week for food.
I'm looking forward to trying that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Chaz says that wasn't the strategy. Oh, wait! I remember the strategy now. The strategy was to read through alerts.
And then have the
Then
syrup.
put the... I forgot. Yeah. I remember now. Anyway. Satsy, I'm not fixing it. Like, things are broken. Just letting you know, things are broken. I literally can't fix things further. I just need you to know that. You can mention it as many times as you want, like, cannot fix it. The unfortunately, we're having some weird issues with specifically the camera and the Elgato interfacing as of, like, just the past few weeks. There's a vlog coming out today that talks a little bit about it. So, trust me, it bothers the absolute... I almost swore. It bothers me a lot.
One
But I
mines to your doorstep.
But I
Tiny
can't-
Eddie's meant 18-wheeler munchies.
can't do anything about it. That was that's like a double Eddie.
Oh, from the Montana mines. That's perfect.
That's a double Eddie. 2000 from Item Crafting Live. Hey, Tiny Eddie, got anything that makes a good dessert after Tika? Yes. Mint 18-wheeler munchies. I'd like to imagine that is something that contains 18 little... like, it looks like a semi, and it just rolls on into your mouth.
Okay.
If you need to put a semi in your mouth, you probably have the munchies. Where was I? 2 months. 2 months from Pastel Sakura YT. 35 months from Renee. 24 months from Am in Iowa. That's 2 years. We get a subscription from Cat with No Job, which is
It's
a great,
good username.
really great username. Welcome, and then also, I don't expect cats to have a job, so you're fine.
You'll
Kepler
be
has
the
a
hit
job.
of the party with Tiny Eddie's iced toasty narwhal munchies.
Iced toasty narwhal munchies. Today's the anniversary of my birthday. I shall trust Tiny Eddie to determine the flavor of my cake. Bet you weren't counting on narwhal. Narwhal. There's 1,000 from Famicom HIC. Again, munchies. It's one of those mornings. 300 bits. I've been up since 6. Actually, before 6.
Yeah. Because Kepler was doing his cud chewing at like 5:14.
I was up before that.
I know.
It's okay.
When Kepler wants to eat, he moves his mouth like he's eating, but he does it with his tongue in a way that makes a noise. Like that. Anyway, he was doing that because he wanted to eat first scoop, which goes off at 5:30? I don't know, it goes off
5:45.
5:45. It goes off automatically. And so he starts making that noise. And we're like, stop. And then the food goes off, and he keeps making that noise. We're like, go eat. And he's just doing the noise, and we're like, the food went off.
That cat.
You paused for half a second.
Sometimes I wonder...
But you then kept going.
Sometimes I wonder about his brain. I had to get out of the bed, turn on the lamp, physically pick up the boy, put him in front of his food, and then he was like, oh!
And then as soon as he was done, he jumped back on the bed and was like, oh, I'm happy now. I'm a happy cat.
And now he's good.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's lost faith in Scoop God.
He knows when Scoop God goes off.
Yeah, it's... But
he started to do that right before it went off.
Sometimes... he gets into this little thing and he like...
He gets into these trances.
Yeah, like a little trance. He does that with making biscuits too, although that's just kind of a cat. Like, he'll make biscuits, and then, like, he'll make biscuits for 20 minutes. And I'm like, you can probably lay down now, bud. He's just... And I'm like, okay, alright. Scoop God is what we call the automatic feeder, because it feeds him. I mean, I still have to feed him wet food 3 times a day, but...
Sometimes he leaves toys in front of it. Like an offering. And he does that to our doors if we have them
I
shut,
have
too.
noticed that, but I'm not convinced that he's developed his own cat religion.
He does that in front of our doors.
I know, but like,
if we have our doors shut, like if we're working and like we close them.
I
for
have
some
a hard
reason,
time.
He leaves toys in front of them.
While this is true, I still have a hard time believing that that's what's going on in his... Like, I'm not convinced of this. I'm not convinced of this. I'm not convinced that that's exactly what's occurring. Maybe?
But it sure is funny.
I just imagine, like, monks going... Ooh. The Halo theme. The Halo theme plays.
Kepler brings a toy.
And then just patiently waits. Where was I? 300 Bits from Jaboka says, so I was catching up on Disc Only, and I feel I need to tell you that my dad, despite being in his early 50s, is obsessed with longboards and skateboarding. Do you live in California? I'm just curious. Jules says, cool dad. I'm just like, you know, that could be anywhere, but I just feel like I have a greater chance of hitting this mark. Yeah, is your dad Tony Hawk? I'm just curious. Tiny Hawk. Can't wait until there's a Little Eddie Tony Hawk parody. Looking forward to that. It could be Idaho, for all you know. It could be. Anyway. There's nothing wrong with, like, enjoying skateboarding into your older age, but I gotta tell you, it causes me concerns. For sure.
It's because you fell down the stairs and hurt for 2 days.
Yeah, and I wasn't even on a skateboard.
I know.
I was on my feet, and I have those on all the time.
They are boats.
We have 11 months from Puddykins, 14 months from Aeronautical GG, 15 months from Captain McKitty, 27 months from SomberMink91, 7 months from The Slick Dude. Felony Jules, gift us... I can almost read. I'm like...
Almost.
Like, I'm 95% of the way through Hooked on Phonics, and as soon as I finish the next module, I'm set. I'm gonna give this another shot. I don't know who this guy is. He's got a really difficult name. Familiar Jewels. Family Jewels gifted a sub to Wish. I still can't do it. Wish Master Jiraki. Is it Jiraki? Jirashai. It's a Pokemon. I don't know what Pokemon it is.
Jules wants to know if you tried skateboarding.
Jules, I skateboarded back when most people skateboard, which was when
1999.
No, when we're in middle school. I feel like
1999.
I wasn't in middle school quite yet in '99. I was in middle school in 2000. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're a year younger than me. Jules said the same.
Yeah, I feel like most people get their skateboarding energy out in middle school. It was easier. It was even easier for me and Jules to embrace that because that was also the time of Tony Hawk, Pro Skater, and like that fueled so much. Between that and tech decks, like everyone in middle school all day was just.
See, I had never really seen tech decks until I met you, and you were
Okay.
like, "Look at these things I used to play with."
I at one point in my life had 100 tech decks. Anyway. Also bought Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 on release. Also, it was too many. It's correct. Like, you can't play with more than one at a time. You could play with two. You could theoretically play with two at a time. I had all of the skate park sets. I had this VHS tape that showed like all the crazy tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Someone out there to this day, I guarantee you, is still doing like tech decks and making skate videos. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. It's probably a big thing. I don't even know about it. What was I doing? 22 months from DC Racer 329. 12 months from Pokemon Rad Red V. Rad Red. 33 months from Jennifer Jack. 13 months from Speed Lunky. 36 months from Calvin CK14500. Get it from Monday. You're welcome, son. I sold most of my tech decks, by the way.
I know, I was there.
Yeah, I had a yard sale. And I sold a lot of them. I don't miss them. But I do kind of miss... Actually, I think I still have the toys. So, this is the path we've been on. I'm about to veer off a little bit. One of the things that they really, over the course of the life of tech decks, they did a lot. They released the tech deck. They also released mini tech decks. They released one that was like this big, which was stupid. You can't play with it. You can't stand on it.
Just your whole hand.
It was dumb. I didn't like it. The other thing that they released at one point is they made what were essentially action figures, kind of. And the action figures had magnets on their feet, and then they had special tech decks that had magnetic grip tape. And my favorite company... I mean, it's true, but my favorite company in middle school and while I was going through all of this was World Industries, because they had these characters. They had Flame Boy, Wet Willy, and the Devil Man.
I don't know. Don't look
Satan?
at me.
I don't know.
Never
It's
heard
literally
of these
just
until you.
just Satan. And there was a set of these action figures, and there was 10 of them, and I got all of them, and I may still have them actually. And they're really neat. It's the sort of thing that I think Thomas would really like, because Thomas likes.
Thomas knew of them. He was saying.
Well, I know, but like I have all of them. And Thomas, if you ever want them, if you ever want like the complete set of World Industry action figures, let me know, and you can have them. I'm pretty sure they're at my parents' house, but they're really neat. Like they're actually really neat. They're high quality toys. Okay, well, yeah. I had some world. I had at some point in middle school, I probably had 5 or 6 World Industry shirts. I had a World Industry hat. I had a World Industry visor, which is weird because I didn't really wear visors, but I had a visor. I had a bunch of stuff, and the skateboard that I had was also World Industries.
I was reminded yesterday of a toy that I didn't know was an 80s thing, but we had. Was it Pound Puppies? They were like a stuffed animal, and there was a show at some point, but...
Sorry, I gotta look up almost. I don't remember almost. Like, there's some skateboarding almost. Let me see if I can... I gotta look up some decks here, and then I'll... They got the minimalist.
The toys I had a lot of
I don't recognize these.
They were stuffed animal kitties, but they had like these large heads, and they had like marbles inside, so you could like move them, and they made like a rattle, but it was supposed to sound like a purr.
Oh, I remember you talking about that.
Yeah.
They're weird.
I can't remember what they were called, though.
The concept of them is a little strange. I don't recognize the almost decks. There was, you know, Birdhouse and Blind and World Industries and Element. A lot of my friends really loved Element and had Element clothing and boards and stuff like that. But again, this is so very distinctly
For real
middle
friends,
school.
that sounds
So
right.
very distinctly middle school. Yeah. I like the design.
changed.
I like the design on Element stuff, but okay, let's. How long ago was Protect? Jesus, it's old. It's a long time ago. All right, well, let's wrap up alerts, and then we'll circle back around to this very important topic because I need to talk more about skateboarding. 20 months from Layla 3. 510 bits from Mr. Gameboy says, so I may or may not have been up at midnight waiting for Kena Bridge of Spirits. 100% worth it. I love it so much. Now to get through the day on 4 hours of sleep. I hope that you've enjoyed it so far.
Oh, they were called
It looks neat.
Kitty Kittens.
It definitely looks neat. I did request a key, so we'll see if that happens because they're doing things a little weird, to be honest.
Kitty Kittens, that was them.
Wow, what a brand name, Kitty Kittens. It's kind of an unfortunate name, really. 16 months from Rainy Days 48. 2 months from Goblin Swords Tristy. 100 bits from Titanic Lover 1456. 300 from Zatoichi, who says, asking for good vibes this week, starting my first accounting job tomorrow, and I'm incredibly nervous.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. We have several accountants here. I mean, they may not be, like, right here this second. But as a part of the community, they show up on Breakfast Stream. So, you know, you'll do fine. You'll get special extra good vibes from them. It's like Goku when he does the Spirit Bomb. The accountants will send their accountant vibes to you. I like how I explained something for like 90 seconds that really required like 10. It's typically how I do things. 12 months from Lilac Olagochi. That's a year. It's like Chuka says, I'm an accountant and I'm here. Good vibes. See? There you go. It's extra. It's extra. Back in Red gives a sub to Tiny Hawk. Love Tiny Hawk. 22 months from Sakura Celica and 300 bits from Titanic Lovers says, good morning, Stephen and Mal. This is my first breakfast stream that I've watched. I'm so happy I finally get to be here to watch one of the streams. Hope you guys are doing well. Well, first off, welcome.
Welcome.
And yeah, we're doing all right. I mean, I woke up a little bit early, but it was fine. It was fine. Otherwise, I'm good. I got 2 vlogs scheduled for today, so those will be coming out. I'm happy about that. We'll be working a little bit more on those today. The season for Unite ends or the half season. We don't know anything about this game. Ends tomorrow, so I played a little bit this morning, and things actually went all right. Things went all right. I won some matches, which was nice. Never made it into Master, but I won some matches, and that felt pretty good. My very last match, though, was we had an Absol, which is usually trouble, and we probably had 4 minutes left in the match, and things weren't going bad at all, but someone started calling for surrender, and I was like, no, we shouldn't do that yet. No, I don't think so. Played a little bit more, called for another surrender, and I'm like, no. And then at some point I was like, why is Absol at base? Why is that? And then it occurred to me, he didn't like how the game was going, so he decided that he would throw the whole game. And I was pissed, because we actually had a pretty good shot of winning that. We really did. And he didn't. We didn't win. So I reported him, because you come into my game, you maliciously idle, I report you. Bam. Jules says MOBAs are fun. Who said that? No one's ever said that. That's a lie, Jules. You know that. No one's ever actually said that with their mouth. No one having played League of Legends looked back and said, that was worth my time. No one. It's never been said. Same thing with Unite. Don't lie on the internet. That's where people are trying to get the information they need. Shouldn't lie. Next thing you're going to tell me everything I've read on Facebook isn't true. Jesus. 16 months from Griffin Kitty. Griffin Kitty, thank you.
Anyway, what year did these come out, Stephen?
Those were the recent ones. On the back of the oatmeal cream pie box, it was way more recent than I thought.
The 30 years you just, or the 50 years you just said?
I just talk.
I know.
It was like 1990? 1999. Oh, yeah, it was super recent.
Mm-hmm.
Are you reading this box?
You got to read the last one.
I want to read a box! Okay.
Stephen, why is astronomy hard to learn?
Is this what? Is
It's
this
a joke?
Oh, I didn't know if it was a joke or if it was a little Debbie snack fact.
It's a joke.
Why is it hard to learn? It's hard to learn because the astronomers can't pay attention because they're too busy eating our delicious snack cakes. Because you have to be in the right head space.
Because most of it is over your head.
Okay. What's next?
Why are cosmic brownies like anti-gravity?
Because the taste is out of this world.
Because you can't put them down. Did you know the first chocolate brownie was made in America in the early 1900s?
Is this a joke?
No.
Oh. Wait, hold on. I'll figure out the punchline to this one. Read the setup again.
The first chocolate brownie was made in America in the early 1900s.
Because the English wouldn't allow it.
In the 1900s?
In the 1900s. They were still pissed about that whole separation thing.
Did you know the Galactic Treats cosmic brownies were originally inspired by the cosmic bowling trend?
Wait, are you serious?
That's what it says!
Oh my god. Cosmic brownies are the official snack of bowling. Holy crap. Mr. Deathkill says, what is cosmic? Oh my god, you guys don't know what cosmic bowling is! No, how do you not know what cosmic bowling is? Okay. If you are, how old? If you are under 30, no wait, let me rephrase this. If you are over 30 and you don't know what cosmic bowling is, I would be surprised. Or maybe it's like only a US thing. That could be it too. Cosmic bowling fricks. Jared, calm down. Yeah,
It's bowling.
it's it's so stupid when I explain it.
But
It's
they
bowling,
put
but it's
on-
dark.
They put on black lights or disco balls or
God,
whatever
it's-
and put on music.
I'm not even.
That's it.
It is glow in the dark bowling. That's it. It's so stupid on paper, but it's what it is. There was a time where bowling was really big in like the mid to late 90s, and everyone's like, "It's what you do is you bowl." And then there was a certain point in the eve, it's like 8 p.m. you would go, and then that's when they turned the lights off. There would be black lights, the lanes would light up, there might be a disco ball or other like LED, well, the LED, I don't know, lights. And it was called Cosmic Bowling, and it was just a wild phenomenon. And there are still places that do it.
810 does it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so stupid. I like bowling, and there was a time, and again, it's probably the 90s, really, that's just kind of what you did. That's just what you. Also, go bowling. By the way, just go bowling.
My wrist can't take it.
Everyone can do one game.
One game.
You should go bowling because it's inexpensive and it's fun. You get to do a lot of sitting. You get to eat nachos. I highly recommend bowling as like a activity. Like take some friends and be like, you know what we haven't done in forever? Go bowling.
We have two types of bowling alleys here. We have fancy one that has the fancy milkshakes. The crazy milkshakes
Yeah.
that have like a slice of cake on top.
Yeah.
And they have like all sorts of food. And everything is like new and shiny. And then we have like one that stepped out of 1992 and is still there.
Now you say it's $40 an hour here. Is that inexpensive? That
For like a whole lane? That seems like a lot.
That's a ton of money. Also, paying by hour is the most insane way of paying for bowling I have ever heard in my life.
How much is it?
You don't pay
here?
by the hour anywhere. And if you do, then what is happening at that bowling alley? Chad says $2 a game or something. Yeah, it's much.
I mean, that's how much it was growing up on like certain times of day.
Yeah.
This isn't Top Golf. What's going on?
Retro says, all alleys near me pay by... What is happening?
Oh, they put an
You can't play bowling by the hour because you gotta finish a game. What happens if you're on frame 3
Yeah.
and your hour's up? They're gonna charge you
Yeah.
again? That's ridiculous. Chess says Ball State Bowling Alley is $30 a month. Yeah, like a game, a game of like a 10-frame game of bowling. How
Here,
much?
this
How
is
much is it
810.
here? This is the fancy place.
This is the fancy place.
Sunday through and this is the fancy place. This is our fancy place.
This isn't the place that stepped out of the 90s and hasn't done anything.
Sunday through Thursday, if you play before 6, $3 a game.
Shoes are like $4 a pair.
Shoe rentals $4 a pair. But before 6, $3. $3. After 6, $4.
What's the highest cost?
Friday to Saturday before 6, $4. After 6, $5. Again, this
That's
is
$5 a person a game.
yeah, and that's 10 frames, a full game. So like, and this is the expensive place. What's our cheap place?
Oh, I'll look it up
See if you can
because
find
I'm
it.
curious now.
Yeah. We have a lot of bowling alleys too. Oh man, Dad chimed in because he's watching. He said, when I bowled 40 years ago, they would have a red bowling pin in the rack. And anytime it was the head pin and you got a strike, you got a free game. I've actually seen places do that before. Like, since I've been alive, so I don't know how common that is anymore. Jules says he's seen that. Yeah, I've seen that. Because sometimes you'll be playing and all of a sudden it shows up and it's your head pin and you're like, here we go, here we go. Yeah.
How many people are from Maine and have done candlestick bowling?
Now I want to go bowling. Nico. Cousin. Did you find...
I hit prices and it didn't load. Jules has done candlestick.
You're still trying to find the...
I found the website. So I was on the website, right? And I hit hours and pricing.
Jules' family in Vermont, that's why.
Ah.
I had so many birthday parties as a kid at the bowling alley. So many. There are so many pictures.
Candlestick bowling, like the pins are like this.
Yeah.
And the ball is like this big. And my aunt lives in Maine, and they just got like a real bowling alley, and like my dad went to visit a few years ago, and she's like, we need to go bowling. And my dad's like, yeah, let's go candlestick bowling. I don't get to do that. And she's like, no, everyone is excited about real bowling.
If all you had ever done was candlestick bowling, and then real bowling came to your town, you'd be really excited about it, because it'd be something new. But...
Okay, here's... Oh, they're more. But their shoes are cheaper. But they're
but they have
cosmic bowling.
Yeah, so this is the place that I like grew up and I had a bunch of birthday parties at. It's Monday through Saturday. It's $4.25 a game, but there's no before or after time. It's just always $4.25.
They do league there.
But on Sunday, $2.
They have league nights though, so they probably raise the cost on those nights because they have leagues taking up all the lanes.
Now they do on Saturday night from 8 to midnight, it's $15 and it's just unlimited bowling. But how much bowling could you realistically get through, right? 10 frames, 20 minutes?
Coffee.
20 minutes. That would be as fast as you could go. Because you gotta throw, get it back, that's a minute. Throw, get it back, you got 10. Yeah, so for safety, let's do 30. Let's do 30.
Ches says next time we're there, we can go to the student center basement with some loose change and bowl.
I'm down. I love bowling. I do. I actually really do.
There's a bar in Milwaukee that has like 2 lanes in the basement. And it's super old, and because it's where my dad grew up. Mm-hmm. He says he remembers that like they would hire young kids to sit like on the bars in the back and like reset all the pins.
Bits from Arpega says, New England native here. Candlepin is basically the only bowling I've ever done. Been a league bowler for nearly 20 years. Yeah, it's... I mean, that's where it's at.
They had it at Fun Spot. They had both.
Yeah, well, we didn't do
that, but we saw it.
Yeah, I saw it there.
And House.
It's so weird seeing candlepin bowling on the few times I've seen it because it's just not what I'm used to. So every time I see it, I'm like, what's going on? But, again, if you grew up around candlepin, then the other one would be different.
See, my parents were in a league when I was a kid, like before they got divorced, and my dad had like his own bowling ball, and it was fancy and had like a special coating that wasn't normal. So he probably still has it. So,
just to put into perspective, because we were talking earlier about, some of the places charging by hour and like $40, which is absolutely insane. There is an hourly rate on here for groups. Group rates are for a group of 10 or more. They require at least 2 days note, which is a long time for
They
bowling?
Probably put them off to the side or something.
It just seems like a long time. Anyway, 48-hour notice, group of 10 or more. But if you do that, you get 2 hours of bowling and shoe rentals for $8 a person.
Maybe it's like for parties. Like
yeah, and whatever your group is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. So, Arian says, no changes. Well, the thing is that site doesn't look like it's been updated in approximately 400 years. So. Oh, good, Jess. Well, maybe good. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We have 300 bits from Goldmage who says, clownfish are also sometimes called anemone fish because all species form symbiotic mutualisms, relationships where both parties benefit with sea anemones. Have you ever considered living in a nest of stinging tentacles after covering yourself in mucus for protection? Not often, no.
No.
Not often. Maybe once. But not probably more than once. Stinging tentacles, though, you know.
I got stung by a jellyfish. I'm good.
That was not a great day.
No, it was not.
I'm sorry about that. At this point, I guess it's been many years ago. So
Yeah.
We got 10 months also from Palpable Potato. Thank you. Cham says, this is a daily question for me. Did we finish reading this?
We did.
Really?
These are all the same as the last one, so I didn't read them.
No, are they?
They are.
Are they? Really, are they? I don't know.
They are.
Why would they not? Why would they keep it the same?
Because it's easier.
Hold on. Is this really the same? I think these are different.
Okay, then read them.
I think these are different. I actually think these aren't the same. Chat. The sigh. I need to ask you a question.
A couple questions.
Which came first? The wireless television remote or the Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie? Which came first? It sounds like it's the same, but I don't think it is. Seeing a lot of cream pies. So there's a remote. Bananas. Okay. So here's the thing. It's actually the television remote. The cream pie is 1960. The wireless television remote was 5 years earlier. Keep track of your scores, because I'm not. It's time for question 2. Which came first? The lava lamp or the Nutty Buddy wafer bar? It's listed on the back of the box as Groovy Lamp. Groovy Lamp or Nutty Buddy wafer bars. Which came first? Seeing a fair bit of lava lamps. A pretty good amount of wafer bars. Here's your answer. The Nutty Buddy wafer bar debuted in 1960. The lava lamp?
57.
1963.
Oh.
The wafer bar is older. Nutty Buddy is actually one of I had that in like every lunch as a kid. Loved Nutty Buddy. You can't eat them because they're full of peanut butter.
Correct.
But they are seriously delicious. Like, they're really good. Again, everyone keep track of your own scores. Are you ready for the next one? Which one of these is older? Is it Cosmic Brownies or the International Space Station?
The space station.
Jules says 5 points. Incredible.
He got them all right already.
A lot of people saying Space Station.
It's because we already said when Cosmic Brownies
A
came out.
lot of people saying Space Station. All right. For extra credit, I'll go ahead and tell you this. You're right. The space station is older. For extra credit, how many years older is it? How many years older is the space station than Cosmic Brownies? Cosmic Brownies came out in 1999. So, how many years older is the space station? Wide variety of
I'm gonna go with 9 years.
The answer is 1.
Really? I thought the space station was older.
The International Space Station launched in 1998, preceding Cosmic Brownies by 1 year. All right, it's time for the final question. Which of these is older? Swiss rolls or the pocket calculator?
Is it an electronic pocket calculator?
Yes, like a
'Cause
digital pocket calculator.
There were non-digital pocket calculators.
You know the ones with the strip, and you could put your finger, you could lay your finger on it and would shut it so it wouldn't waste the batteries. It had the light sensor. Those old things. This one feels about half and half for your answers. All right. The answer is Swiss rolls, which are 11 years older than the pocket calculator. Swiss rolls debuted in 1960. The pocket calculator was in 1971. Did anyone manage to get all 4? Congrats. Mistletoe Navi got 4. Sapphire Becca. Ryan. Mobs to Chew. LHMS.
Jules got 5.
Our winner today with 5 points out of a total 4 points. Family Jules. Wow. Congratulations, buddy. Your prize is unlimited rides on the escalator. Because I know how much you enjoy that. Was there extra credit? No.
Coffee.
No. Good job, Jules. Good job. Good work. I don't know if we ever talked about the escalator story.
I don't think so.
The escalator story is I had a dream that I don't even know where to start this. I'll start at the very very beginning. I've told the story, but I don't think Jules has heard it. I've actually told it twice now, because I've told it once here and then once on Breakfast Stream. But I want to make sure Jules hears it because it's
here and also here.
Yeah, it's important. I had a dream that TRG Coliseum went on tour, but we were only doing it in big box stores across America, so we kept going to Walmarts. And there was one day that we did it in a Super Target, and I was walking around Super Target with Jules, and we were talking about the event and how we were going to all these stores, and then I pointed out to Jules that there was an upstairs because it was a Super Target, and Jules got extremely excited because he was going to get to ride the escalator. And the excitement in his voice and the words that he chose for it was just really great, because he was like, yes, we get to ride the escalator. Like, he was just so excited. And it was that sort of energy that I hope to always bring in my day-to-day life. This is too close to reality? Yeah, okay. When we come visit, after you make us a meal, we'll go out to a Super Target and just ride the escalator. I'd be down for that. It seems like something we could do. Are you sure this didn't? I'm not sure. There's not really any escalators in Myrtle Beach.
There's some at the Belk. In
Is that
Coastal Grand?
still open?
Belk is. Sears isn't. What's the other store? Dillard's? Dillard's might have some too.
Yeah, I guess there's escalators at the mall.
Not Myrtle Beach Mall, but Coastal Grand Mall.
Coastal Grand Mall has got...
The airport has some, but it's behind security.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little harder to get into the airport to ride the escalators.
Is there any at some of the big hotels? Like the Grand Dunes, or...
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Why would I go to the hotels? I live here.
Good point.
I don't know what the I don't know if there's escalators in the hotels here. I don't go to the hotels. I don't have a reason to. Like the most the most related like hotels I've been to is like if people come into town, and they're staying somewhere, we might go and like hang out at the pool where they're staying, but I don't like explore the hotel. An escalator tier list. The escalator video would be much easier to make than the dream I had about Tom. Because that requires...
Snow?
Yeah. That requires some extra work. But, hopefully at some point I'll do both. And hopefully by the time everyone, you know, is together again, I can have more dreams. I just gotta keep dreaming about all my friends and having these weird... things that just are complete nonsense. If we do that, then, you know, maybe we'll get somewhere. Yeah, step 1, find a mountain. I mean, yeah, we could green screen Tom. It would it'd still be a little difficult. Like he'd have to have like gear. Are you aware of what a super target looks like? I've never been to one, and I'm curious about the merchandise layout.
There's 2 types.
To be honest, most super targets aren't 2 floors, so my dream was not really based in reality.
Yeah.
But also, as a part of that dream, there was an orchestral pit in the super target, so like you gotta take it with a grain of salt. But there have been super targets that are multi-floor, but they're usually ones that are in cities, and they're taking up a lot less space, which is why they have to build up. So most super targets are not that way. Most super targets are just
like a super Walmart.
Yeah, they're just
and they're laid out basically the same, where all the food's on one side and all the other stuff's on the other.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, to be perfectly honest, thinking back through that dream, we were in a Sears. We were like 100% in a Sears. Everything about that dream was definitely Sears. It was the Sears that I know from Myrtle Beach. But in my brain, we were at the super target, but it was a Sears. So don't let my brain fool you. It was definitely a Sears.
That Sears isn't there anymore. They closed.
Yeah, they did. Okay. Although really, it's how did they survive as long as they did? Really. Is there an orchestral pit? There might be soon. I'm sure they're selling that space in the mall. Here's a quick question. Does anyone have a open Sears near them? A Sears that you can go in and shop. Not an empty shell of a Sears. Family Schultz. Yes. Interesting. Arian's got one in Orlando too. Great, perhaps. Okay, so there's a few. I can't believe it. Lunarpulse got one. Okay. I'm
Do we still have a Kmart way out?
I'm
like
actually
in Conway?
impressed. Maybe. Oh, Rainbow says they have a super target with an escalator in San Diego. That's extremely convenient. Because that's where Jules is at. Okay, so it's settled then. I've got to go there to film that.
Yeah.
That's what I got to do.
Jules knows which one it is.
Okay, that's perfect. Okay, what day works good for you? Try and head out there soon, and it'd just be like one. I'll just come out there, do that, and then leave. It'd actually be exactly like my first. No, that wasn't San Diego. That was San Francisco.
Yeah.
I was like, that'd be exactly like my first San Diego experience, but that was San Francisco, not San
You've
Diego.
only driven through San Diego.
Yeah. Tomorrow? Okay. You pick me up. How much money would it cost to get on a plane and be like, take me to San Diego, just for like a little bit? I gotta go to a Super Target. We'll go to the... Jules would not... Jules doesn't even need me for what...
No, he doesn't.
Like, it's just about him writing up this. Why, I don't know why I'd have to be there. Like, Adri could film this on her phone, and it would be the exact same as if I
yeah.
went down to the airport and was like, here's $1,000. I
Get me to San Diego.
get to San Diego to film my friend going up an escalator at a Target. And now I'm coming home. So just make my return flight for like a few hours. That would be fun. Joel says, and the flight kiosk guy's like, wow, I didn't ask. It's fine. I don't think you'd get security called on you. I mean, if you go up to the counter... If you go up to the counter and you want to go somewhere and you hand them the money, there's not really a lot they can do. They can't stop. They can't be like, sir, that's ridiculous. You're not allowed to go. If you want to do this, you need to go to the spirit counter. They'll take anyone. Father and son bonding experience. Oh God, Spirit has that friend for 161. That's still too much money for this because it's an insane idea.
But you don't need to bring anything with you. If you're just...
Oh, it's true. That's true. It doesn't cost anything additional because normally Spirit. That's how Spirit gets you.
Yeah. And if you don't care where you sit, and if you're by yourself and you don't need to sit next to me,
to be launched in a cardboard box across the country. It's true. It's true though. If you don't have anything that you have to take with you, and also you're under like 6 foot tall, then Spirit might be right for you. It might be okay. They really cram those seats in. It's.
I don't know if you've been on Spirit. You've been on.
I have.
You've been on Frontier.
Oh, Frontier was bad too, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Okay. Are they the same?
Essentially,
They're
but
kind of the
not
same?
The same company.
Kind of the same. Like, not exactly the same, but like, kind of the same. Kind of the same. I'd have to be paid to be launched in a box across the country, and it would have to be large. Like, your mileage may vary on Spirit. You might have a good experience on Spirit, but most of the folks I've talked to, it's. I mean, it depends what your priority is too, right?
Yeah.
So like, if you're trying to do things as cheaply as possible, Spirit's there.
Yeah.
Although they can get like it can wind up being as much as other airlines if you have bags of certain dimensions, but if you don't have anything, so it could be good. Like Jarrett, there was a while there where Jarrett was doing like street photography.
Yeah.
Really loved doing street photography and would occasionally take day trips to New York, which is kind of insane, but like he just really enjoyed it. So he would get up early in the morning, take a Spirit flight to New York. It'd be super cheap because he wasn't taking anything with him. You'd be there all day and then you would come back. And I was like, I mean, if you're gonna do that, that's the cheapest way to do it, you know? So that's good. Cassie says, as someone who has never flown, it amazes me that people choose airlines. I mean, you gotta
pick your priorities and
you have to pick your priorities.
look at prices and go with whichever one.
Yeah. But like, it is after you fly for a while, like,
Yeah.
it's kind of remarkable how different
Yeah.
the airlines are.
Mhm.
Like, they're really different. Really, really different. And I have absolutely sat on so many planes that I don't fit in. And the minute that someone attempts to put their seat back, they can't. because my knees are pushed into their seat, and I've had many conversations on a plane where they hit the thing and then they can't get it to go back, and I try to stop them at that point because sometimes they'll just boom, and it feels like they're breaking my stinking kneecaps. And I'll tell them, I'll be like, hey, I'm behind. I'm sorry, man. I'm a big dude. Like, I can't. And it goes one of two ways. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry. That must suck. And I'm like, yeah, it sucks. Or they just go, humph. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? We're both in coach. Okay? This is the way it is. I tried to request the exit row or the
front.
The front, yeah, the front bulk. Like, I try to do those things. I do it whenever I can. Makes everyone more comfortable. Yeah, Renee. Sorry, I have legs!
A lot of the time, Stephen sits diagonal and puts his feet in my space.
Yeah. Being on a plane sucks. Like, anytime anyone... It's like, man, you drove there. Why didn't you fly? I'm like, because I hate it. I hate it. Because if I can't get an exit row, if I can't get that front part of coach, it's extremely uncomfortable. You know? If I could drive to Japan, I would! Like, I'm sure Adri's fine. But, you know, for me,
I'm a little taller than Adri, so it's a little harder.
Yeah.
We just both end up uncomfortable.
Yeah. Sleeping on a plane is impossible.
Yeah.
Literally impossible. Unless I'm just completely exhausted, and even then, it's just not quality sleep, obviously.
Someday we'll try first class lay down sleep seats. When we win the lottery.
But that's the thing is, I enjoy driving. Like, I already enjoy driving, so that combined with the fact that, like, I don't really love flying, it makes driving an easy choice. Obviously, there's sometimes you just can't drive. Water is part of it, but, like, even if you're going really far, you have to consider the fact that you're adding days of travel.
Yeah.
But there's absolutely been times we could have flown and we chose not to because I was like, I would rather drive.
I looked at Amtrak's down to visit my dad.
Yeah.
And, like, going down there is easy enough. There's a station not too far from them.
Didn't we look into it and it just wasn't really that cost effective?
It's not.
Yeah. Like...
The train comes through, like, Dillon and Florence at, like, 4 in the morning. And, like, I don't want to leave my car out in Dillon and Florence.
If I saved a lot of money,
yeah, that
might be something.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously, if you're on a train, then you don't have to be focused on driving the whole time. So, like, that's a benefit. But, again, I enjoy driving. So I would rather drive.
But, like I said, it was leaving at, like, 4 or something out of Florence.
Yeah.
And it gets into, like, Orlando at, like, 11, 12, noon.
Alex and Haley took a train.
Yeah, they did, and it's...
From, like, Alabama to...
No, they went up to visit her brother, because her brother had a kid. And they took the train back.
So they flew to, what?
Newark, I guess. I don't know.
So they flew to New Jersey, and then they took a train from New Jersey to Alabama. See, that seems like it'd be fun. That's not something that I wouldn't want to make train travel my default way of travel.
They got a room, too. Because you can get the room where it has the 2 beds.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Like
instead of, like, a seat.
I wouldn't want to make that my default way of travel, but, like, as an event, to try it, I think I would try it.
I've always wanted to do that down the Pacific Coast because they have trains that have, like, solid glass on one side, so you can, like, look out at the ocean.
That would be neat. Yeah. Anyway.
And, like, we could take the train to Wisconsin, but we'd have to, like, take the train to D.C. first and then over because there's not a good way through Appalachia.
Yeah. Yeah. At some point.
Yeah.
At some point we'll do a train ride. We got pretty serious alert here. We got 300 bits from Jay Linebeck. It says, hey, I hope you're all doing well. Gonna need a lot of good vibes. My dad passed away from plasma cell leukemia last week. Mainly been coping by just remembering the good times and keeping myself busy. Cancer sucks. Well, let me start by saying that I'm so sorry. That is absolutely awful. You're gonna get a million good vibes from us and from Chad. And you be sure to grieve. Be sure to. I mean, there's nothing wrong with remembering good times. There's nothing wrong with keeping yourself busy, and like certainly, everyone's got to handle these sorts of situations in different ways. Just make sure that you allow yourself all of the adequate time you need to grieve and to process, because that is it's awful. Mm-hmm. It's awful, and you're gonna have a crap load of people here that will echo the sentiment of cancer sucks, and it absolutely does. I'm so sorry. Good vibes. Good vibes. And if you need to stay busy, we'll still be here. I know that we've, that's kind of our thing. Is that if the heat death of the universe will occur, but we'll still be making stuff. This is how it feels sometimes. So, for anyone that's going through anything, I hope that we can help offer the distraction when you need the distraction, to the best of our ability. We got 100 bits from Rainbow. Thank you for that. 29 months from Shy. 3 months from Joe WTG. And 300 bits from Shy. It says, my family actually had this conversation the other day on how Sears should have been as big as, if not bigger, than Amazon. But they didn't keep up fast enough with the advent of online shopping. Yeah. Actually, I feel like we watched a video that talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, I think we did too. It was like the rise and fall of Sears.
Yeah.
They've done a few. Like, they did one for Toys R Us.
I mean, you're not wrong. I think it's another situation where hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things that happen in every market for all sorts of different things, and it's when you look back, you're like, that should have happened. They should have done that. But it is hard sometimes to make those sorts of decisions at the time. Mm-hmm. If you feel like you can make those sorts of calls, then you should be on a board of directors somewhere. Because then you can help steer companies in that. I don't know how you get on a board of directors. I don't know how you do that.
Be with a company a long time?
I guess, yeah. Yeah. And there's certain things that, like, different people of different mindsets, like, they just know better. Like, they're able to look at things and be like, this company should be doing this, and they're going to struggle because of this. Same thing. But, like, I can't make those sorts of calls. Losing Sears is sad, though, because I have a lot of memories. I shot some videos in Sears.
We didn't really go to Sears. It was on the other side of town.
Button. Sorry, I've been seeing the beans for a little bit, and I was like, button. Yeah, we had Sears catalogs. Absolutely. In fact...
Did you have the Fleet Farm catalogs?
What is a Fleet Farm? Also, why
I know the answer to that.
Why are you interjecting your Midwestness? Everyone had Sears. Only the Midwest had the Fleet Farm. You can't just interject.
And parts had the Farm Fleet.
Everyone had... Just talk about the Sears. You had Sears. Did you have Sears? Did you get the Sears catalog? You had the Sears catalog because you were a child in the U.S.
Really made me happy the other day. We recorded something on Saturday with our friends, and a lot of us sang the Menards jingle.
To answer the question, yes, I, along with Mao and everyone else, had the Sears catalog. If you're over, how old? 25? If you're over 25 in the US, you probably had the Sears catalog as a kid. Probably. That was how, I mean, that was how I did my Christmas shopping, to be honest. Because, like, the Sears catalog would come, and I would have a Sharpie or whatever, and I would just, like, circle stuff. Like, that was it. Like, I think the prevailing theory is that, like, you would circle it, and then Santa would break into your house sometime in November and, like, take it away and, like, see. I don't know how it works, but anyway, somehow that's what you did. You circled it, and sometimes if you circled too many things, then, like, Santa wasn't able to pull all that off. Like, Santa could have, but, you know, there might be like a color coding system. Like, red is like, this Santa, this is really the one, and then you had blue markers to, like, Santa, if you can pull this off, I know that you don't have much time, but, like, if you can pull this one off. KG says he runs out of the mat. That's really what it is. Like, the elves are the ones building the stuff, but it's Santa's juice that fuels the elves.
Stop talking.
Santa gives the elves his juice, and that allows them to make the toys. This is basic Christmas lore. Where were we? So, just ignore everything I said in the last minute. So 306. So Jay Lineback says, all I did was ask about the Sears catalog. It's really a short hop from Sears catalog to Santa's juice. I mean, it's not. Do you ever play the Wikipedia game where you try to get from one thing to another in the smallest amount of steps? It's literally one hop from Sears catalog to Santa juice. 306 bits from Shy says, save big money at Menards. Is that, how'd I do? That was close? How's it go? Do it for me. Do it for me. Just help me. How's it, can you help me? How's it go? Just give me a little, like, do the, help me with the jingle.
When you shop Menards.
Ah!
Yeah, it's more of a descending thing.
Interrupted or possibly saved by Grabobly's tier 3 subby to Santa Juice. Also, I love that there was a brief alarm that went off for Santa Juice. Brandon says, always love the sub horn in the Menards theme. Save big money.
You were doing it up again.
Save big money at Menards.
That was closer.
Was that closer? You won't do it for me, so I have to take guesses about which direction where's it start? Save big money. Save big money at Menards. Is that
stomach just making noise?
Save big money at Menards. I don't know, and you won't just do it. How many things is it? 5? 5 words? I'm loving it. What's another terrible thing I can mess up? What's another slogan? Did Sears have a slogan? A thing?
I don't know. Like I said, the Sears was on the other side of town. We never went.
Subway, eat fresh. I hate this.
Then stop!
I'm stopping! I might end up doing another one, but I'm stopping for now. I have to pee. We got 10 subs from the Lone Sand Slash. At Menards.
Stop!
10 subs to DD0300. My glasses are messed up. Zaylamapple. Sonic795, Gentleman Lucas, Unlucky Cubone, Arthur 1998, Tired Psychopomp 91, JR Brandon 15, Nikasaur, and Chaz. Lone Sand Slash, thank you. We gotta wrap this up. 300 bits for PK Magical, but Steven, you can get your groceries and farming equipment in the same place at Fleet Farm. Wait, really?
They have candy and toys. I've never taken you to a Fleet Farm.
Are you telling me that Fleet Farm is a place where you can walk in and buy a John Deere tractor and a gallon of milk?
It's kind of like a Menards in a grocery store,
but
also like a tractor supply.
You can't use Menards as an example. I have never been inside
Home
of a
Depot,
Menards.
then.
Okay, that's helpful. I wonder if anyone's went in. Thank you, Brandon. I wonder if anyone has ever went into a Menards and bought a John Deere tractor and a gallon of milk. And rode...
Fleet Farm farming equipment. Not Menards. Menards is more like Home Depot.
Okay, a Fleet Farm then. Fleet Farm. You go in...
I don't know if he's been in a Menards.
You ride out on the John Deere drinking... Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to Menards. If
or
I
Fleet
have...
Farm.
Yeah, either one of those places. But I live in the southeast. Yeah. Got them. They're not here. And the times that I visited Mao, we haven't exactly been like, you know what we could go for? Some farming equipment. It's been a wild morning. 100 bits from Key Beeves, or Key Bee Versus. 25 months from Decoy Troy. It's wild. Sandslash says, this is the best. An important day for me. I go into major surgery for my right arm. Love you both. Wish me luck. Good luck, good vibes.
Good vibes.
I hope your surgery goes better than expected. I hope that whatever the baseline expectations are, they are exceeded. Always well-wishing surgeries. Hope that goes really good. Yeah, you come out with a super arm.
Next time we go to Wisconsin, I'll take you to all the stores. Menards, Fleet Farm, all the stores.
But we don't need to go. It's not...
We'll get candy.
Okay. Sure. We're going to wrap it up there. So thank you all for joining us this morning. I'm trying to think. Galaxy today. Getting near the end of Galaxy, actually. Kind of interesting. We're also, I say we're as if it's me doing it. It's Dan doing it. We're going to be following up I'm just going to officially say it. We're going to be following up Galaxy with Luigi's Mansion. It's the season for it. It makes sense to do, so we're not actually going to be releasing A Way Out next, even though that one and It Takes Two are ready. We're instead just going to be rolling right into Luigi's Mansion, so it comes out on YouTube in October, and it feels better than having it come out in February or March. So Luigi's Mansion will follow up Super Mario Galaxy. If you want to tune in for Luigi's Mansion, that's going to be the next few weeks on Friday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern here. And we've been enjoying it so far. There's more to play, but not much more because we're moving through it so quickly. So, yeah. And also, yeah, good vibes to Elspeth, Chaz and Jeff's kitty cat, who is having a special treatment today for her thyroid, and it's actually the science and stuff behind it is super, super neat. But yeah, she actually is going to become radioactive today. She's been on medication, and this is kind of a pill alternative, and the success rate is extremely high, like 90+%.
Side effects are super low, too.
Side effects are super low, and yes, she's already been a knife cat. Soon she will be a radioactive knife cat. Literal superpowers. So, yeah, that's happening today, and then they pick her up later this week. So she has to be under watchful eye for a few days, but hopefully that'll make her feel a lot better. Soon she'll be back home and pulling knives on Chaz and Jeff like normal. Could you feed me? It's not really the time. You want to try that again? That was an actual exchange between Chaz and Elspeth. Otherwise, we'll be back on Thursday morning for more breakfast stream. So, yeah.
And Marty gets spayed on Thursday.
Oh. No more. I think that means no more pee. Yeah, that's. Yeah. Jules, when we visit, maybe me and you will have a long chat about. It's time for Dad to talk to you about a few things. That's fine. Oh, Chaz says, what if I wanted to see Steven and Friends members Chaz and Thomas on a stream today? Yes, there's a way. There's a way for you to do that. Chaz, what is it on? I don't know.
I think it's on Thomas's stream.
Oh, is it on Thomas's? Oh, I thought it was like
or
a thing.
Or he's hosting it probably. If not,
it's Games Done Quick.
Yeah.
It's Games Done Quick. Yeah, if you want to see Thomas and Chaz talk at the same time, and video games to be involved, why don't you tune into Games Done Quick's Twitch channel at 7 p.m. Eastern? And if you want to make sure you don't forget, tell your cell phone. That's literally the only good thing a cell phone is for. So, if you're like, man, I wish Thomas and Chaz were at GDQ, like, boom, it's done, magic. And also, tell your cell phone to do it. You're not going to be playing Pokemon Unite. The servers go down at 5 Eastern. So, like...
Oh, that's good timing.
So, you know, that was going to be your plan all day, I'm sure. But, no. Now you can watch Chaz and Thomas. Earthbound Randomizer. You love Earthbound. That's why you're here, right? Right? Oh, God. Are you here for another reason? Okay. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. We're done.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for being here. Had a fun time this morning. And, that's it. I don't got anything else to talk about. Oh, actually, real quick. Something major changed on the Extra Life standing, so I wanted to read it. And then I'll let you go. Oh, yeah, the tab is at the bottom now. Y'all get that new iOS 15 came out yesterday? Okay, all right. We had a bit of a upset. So I'm going to read you the new standings for Extra Life. In 5th place, Final Fantasy Fables Chocobo's Dungeon with $150. In 4th place, with $150.03, Garfield Show, Space Lasagna.
Space Lasagna.
In 3rd place, with $175.44, Guilty Party. In 2nd place, with $175.46, Epic Mickey. But in 1st place, with $434, Wii Sports. Wii Sports is in the lead. Now, as a reminder, and I know I've talked about, and Roulette's at $85. I know I've talked about this before, but when you got a game that has multiple versions, you have to rally behind what's in front. So even if you're like, I really like Wii Sports Resort, no, just throw it out the window. Wii Sports is winning, so you have to push that. Like that's you know, that's the best hope you have of making sure a game gets played.
Is Wii Sports here or at your parents' house?
We have,
Is Resort here or there?
We have all of the games.
Okay.
We have all of the games.
Okay.
We probably have all the... I will check, but yeah. And like it's not impossible for both games to get played, but it's less likely. There were multiple games last year that had two similar but different versions, and neither of them got played. So, Chaz, if only there was enough copies of Wii Sports in the world to have one here and there.
I mean, that's not a problem. We just need to know.
I'll check. All right, now we're done. Thanks for being here. A bit of a longer one as of late because we've been capping them around 60, 70 minutes, and now we're at 90. But we had fun. Have a great day. Be sure to check out Games Done Quick at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight for Thomas and Chaz. And we'll see you Thursday morning for more Breakfast Stream.